So, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning, guys, and I just hope everybody that is listening to this right now is having a great week or at least has had a great week so far. I woke up today and I decided to put out an episode because, one, today is my birthday. Yeah, I know, happy birthday to me. I'm getting old, don't need to say it. But then, I basically came here to tell you guys that I'm not going to be putting out an episode this Saturday or this Sunday or this weekend, because I'm going to use the rest of the week to try and celebrate, or at least try and have fun, or maybe even just rest. So now that I've already said why I'm here, and this episode has just been about a minute long, and I can't end an episode that is just 1 minute long, I'm just going to keep talking for like maybe the next 6-7 minutes, then I'll end it. So maybe I should tell you guys about my trip to Gwagwalada. Before I tell you about my trip to Gwagwalada, I am going to tell you first about my trip to Gariki and how I went there I went to Puchi and I went to Jidara because we wanted to do our PVC capturing, that's biometrics and all those things. So when we got to Gariki, and at first we got there like in the afternoon because like we just went to I thought like it was a straightforward thing. So we went there in the afternoon, we saw one guy that was seated. There was a line, obviously. There were a lot of people there. There was one guy that was seated. I was like, guy, Alpha, what's the procedure for this whole thing and everything? Then the guy was like that he's been there since 7 a.m. and he's just been seated there, and this was like by 1-2 p.m. So we didn't really see any hope there. So we just left. We left to regroup basically. So when we go home, we're like, since Gariki is a no-go area because of crowd, and at that point it was sometime last month, and we weren't really, there was this whole deadline thing and whatnot, so we didn't really know how serious the deadline was, so we just felt like we needed to get this thing done. So the next day or two, we took a break from work and we decided to go to Gwagwalada because from what we researched, that place won't have that much crowd, I guess. So that morning, Buchi, you guys have met Buchi already, and Chidera, you guys are yet to meet Chidera, but you probably will. We took off and we drove to Gwagwalada. That's let's just call it an hour journey. We're speeding, so let's call it 15 minutes. By the time we got there, it was 8 o'clock. We came, we saw a few people. They gave us a list to write our names. By the time I wrote my name, it was number 50. And I was concerned because I'm on 50 names. But then I was already here and I wasn't about to go home. So I waited for them to start. We came by 8. They started around past 9 because apparently they had to go and buy for the gen because there was no lights, all those kind of stuff, normal country. So eventually they started. Luckily for us, the list was actually moving because a lot of people that wrote their names, I don't know whether they went to eat or they just went out. So once they call you and you're not there, they skip. So before we knew what was happening, we were already number 30, something like that. Huh? So we're okay, this thing is moving. After a while, the line stopped moving as fast because, I don't know, Nigeria, people started letting other people in and all that stuff. But after a few hours of all that rubbish, they eventually let us inside. So now we've survived the outside. It's time to deal with the inside. We went inside the building. We're still in line, but at least now we're inside. Then, just immediately after we entered inside, the woman there were 2 women doing the whole capturing thing. Then they murmured amongst themselves about something about mobile data and how the subscription for the office has finished and there's no internet to continue our biometrics or more, which can well be this internet again. In my mind, I just laughed because I just went from life camp to Gwagwalada and these people think it's internet connection that's going to stop me. So for the duration of the time that we were in the office, we used my hotspot for my registration and every other person that was around there at that time. So I did first, then Chidera. When you got to Buchiston, they say something about how the device they have, that's the computer they have, cannot register, cannot do the capturing. because his capturing was already set to be done at Gariki, that's Amak or whatever. So they didn't have the device. That the devices they have here can only work for Gwagwalada, and Buchi's capturing was supposed to be done in Gariki. But for some reason, I don't know whether it was because we were willing to give out our internet or something, but one of the women that was in the registration, she just wanted to help us. So she brought another device, she tried, that one too didn't work. So she called one of her colleagues that was like doing the mobile registration in like secondary schools and primary schools, and gave us his number and told us where to meet him. It happened that the guy was in Tungamaji Primary School. See, Tungamaji itself is another lungu, but let's not go into that. So we set out again to Tungamaji. The road isn't really good there, so like we parked somewhere, then entered bike, went to Tungamaji Primary School, met the guy, did the whole biometric thing for Buchi, then went back home. Actually, went back to work because Buchi went back to work. And this was all done before 12. Now, why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story for a couple of reasons. One of them being that if you know me personally, you'd know that normal, I'll be violence ambassador, understand? I'm not really like a socially responsible person, and all this stuff, normal, not supposed to concern me. So if Zimuzo is doing this, you know see it is done bad. See, you know see it is oh my god. Well, you're gonna see it is done bad. And also another reason I'm telling you this is that so that you know that I have the moral justification for what I'm about to tell you. And what I'm about to tell you is this. Number one is that I was born somewhere in the 1990s, so I'm a 90s baby. And if you are like me, even if you were born on the last day of 1999, by the time the next president is done with his 8 years, you'd probably be well in your 30s. And with the way this country is going, you might not even be alive to see your 30s. Then the second thing is, I know there's been a lot of talk about Japa leaving the country, last to leave Namumu, all those things. And the fact is, if we decide to make this Japa thing a competition, I know go carry last. Like, all of us will carry our bags and take off. I know say I tell and I say I don't get money, but I know where I go fit borrow. But the thing is, I believe I've lived long enough to know that when it comes to Nigeria, you can run, yes, but I don't really think you can hide. Like you could literally go away for 20 years, and the weekend you come back is the weekend that they decide to bomb the train you enter, or the December that you decide to come back with your children to see your grandmother is the day that, you know, somebody decides to kidnap you and ask for some ridiculous ransom. Or even if you go, like, you're not going to take everybody with you. Your parents are still going to be here. At least one person you love is going to be here. And in a twisted way, it's even better that it's you that dies than for you to feel the pain of losing somebody. Now, this message isn't for people that are already outside the country. People who don't go. Like, you guys should go. You guys should sit tight. Don't even come back. But then, like, if you're still here and you are young, and first things first, you don't have the PVC, then you're a criminal. No cap, you're a bloody criminal, because Chicken Republic rice is 900 naira, for crying out loud. The dollar is 600. I've been in the labor market for 3 years, and I think I had more purchasing power as a student. I could go on and on about the situation of your country, but you and I both know how bad it is. So let's not focus on negatives, and let's focus on the fact that you don't have to go to Gwagwalada. Like, as I'm talking right now, there are people running mass registrations in public places, and if you care, it's out there for you. You just need to go out and line up. And don't tell me anything about the line being too long, because you've lined up for less important things in your life before. Like, some of you spent 5 years in school for a degree that you're not even using right now. So nobody should tell me anything about the line day, a bit Sunday or anything. Like, I don't like to sound political, but guys, this is a fight for our lives. No, but for real though, guys, if you haven't gotten your PVC, as a young person, try and get it. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote, because as much as I believe you're young, I also believe you're smart. And if you line up and get that PVC and you actually go out to vote and you don't vote for the right person, then anything where you see you carry, like all of us go to the country, you understand? So that's that, guys. Enough of all the politics. Let's try and refocus on the fact that it's actually my birthday. So I'm officially available for enjoyment, especially if you're in Abuja. If you're in Abuja, please, I'm free from now till Sunday. I'm available. I'm not working. Call me. Let me spend your money with you. Don't send me money. I'll use it and do something responsible. I don't need that one. I need you to call me out so that we will spend your money on nonsense. I beg. Today is Wednesday. I'm free on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sir, I'm free. So call me. If you're not in Abuja, that one you can send me money. But for real though, now that I'm not going to be putting out an episode for like till July, so I'm giving you people time. All of you that have been busy, that only listened to one episode and you didn't listen to the other one, I'm giving you time now. You have like 2 weeks head start or whatever. Go and listen to everything I've put out and give me feedback. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you'd like to hear. And if you've listened, you can listen again and like share to your friends and your family and whoever you find special in your life. For now, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my birthday, and feel free to call me. I know be hard guy. I like love guys. So call me and tell me you love me. So I'm just going to go now, guys. So thank you for listening and see you guys in July. Bye.